going. We are going. It says I'm live, so I'm live. Okay, so let me get these things up really quick, you guys. Welcome back. Welcome back to another hot episode. No, another show. I came on earlier today and I said I'd come back on tonight at 7. I kind of made it a couple minutes late, like 7 minutes late, but it's still in the 7 o'clock hour. Let me get my things posted on YouTube, donation links, so you guys can go there if you would so like. So I'm going to get that posted on YouTube. There, I'm live. There goes that one. And then I'm going to go over to Facebook and post there. So, and there is, oops. There is this one. And you guys can see some of my headlines for tonight's topics and stuff. Good evening, Sam. Good evening, Hellbound America. Hope all is well on the West Coast. West Coast is the best coast. There that is on Facebook. The links are pinned as well. So those links that I pinned on YouTube and Facebook, they go to donations. If you guys want to help out, would like to help out with any upcoming events, protests, trips that you guys want me to cover, live stream, report on, whatever, you guys can donate there. Super chats are open as well as always. So, with that said, I'm sharing one more thing and I'll be set. I'll be set. Wednesday night. All right. So you guys, that was sad. I watched that guy Link when he first arrived. I'm not sure what you're speaking of, Nicole. Not sure exactly what you're referring to. That guy Link when he first arrived. I'm not sure. But you guys, welcome back, welcome back. Thanks for joining in. If you're new, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being a part of this. And even if you're not new, make sure that the notification bell thing on YouTube is set, that you get all the notifications, because sometimes they take it off. And I know they did a big reset yesterday because YouTube was down yesterday. If you guys don't know, maybe some of you do, but YouTube had some problems yesterday and it crashed for like everybody in the world. Practically, it crashed. Not everybody was affected, but a lot of people were affected yesterday. So make sure that bell is set. Make sure the bell is set. Yep. Ring, ring, ring. Like and subscribe. Please, please, please share this out. Should be good to go on X. Let me do something really quick so I can add it to my page. 'Cause I did forget to do that. So I want to do it right now. Right now. I said home. There we go. There we go. Boom, boom. Post this. And where is why? Okay, so I got to type in my titles. Really? No, I don't. I'm just going to post it. There we go. Okay, good to go. All right. So, what's good? Hope you are well, brother. I'm doing good. Thank you. Thank you. I'm doing well. So, on Monday, you guys, there was a tragedy that happened back in Rhode Island in a town at a hockey game. This man decided, this man right there on the screen, that guy decided to go to his children's hockey game. Well, I'm guessing his children. It didn't say it was children's hockey game, but decided to go to the hockey game that he's been to plenty of times. He's been to plenty of times, but this night was special. This night was special. And he decided to walk in and shoot his ex-wife, his grown son, two other members of his family, and a family friend. Well, his wife and his son, he killed them, shot the other three people. Other people came to try to wrestle him away. He had another gun on him, got that out, and then executed his own self. So the story with this is crazy, guys. This is so just weird and bizarre. So I posted about this on X today. So the shooter's been identified as Robert Dorgan, aka Roberta. I'm saying Roberta. Not sure about that last name. Sounds Hispanic, possibly. That's supposed. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try it. I'll butcher it. And then Roberta Dorgano. Okay, so here's the thing. So his ex-wife, says gender reassignment surgery, narcissistic personality disorder traits is what led to Rhonda filing for a divorce in 2020. Here's the kicker. Okay. We're not talking about like 5 years, right? We're talking 30 years of marriage. Okay. 30 years of marriage is a long time. That's a lot of your life. Like I'm headed toward like half a century soon, very soon. I look back 30 years. I wish I could go back 30 years ago. I'd be around. I'll just tell my age. I'd be 20 if I went back 30 years ago. 30 years of marriage. Okay. This guy was married. So he goes on X in 2018 and starts talking about problems that him and his ex-wife were having in 2018. One of his tweets says, Rhonda, which was his ex-wife, hates the person who stole her husband. So obviously his wife is knowing, you got some things going on. At least it looks like that, right? And because he shared the cup basically that they're having problems. The marriage is going downhill rapidly, pretty fast. Imagine that. Then, according to sources this past Sunday, right? Oh, so in 2019, also, yeah. So in 2019, Robert, I'm gonna call him Robert. It was a guy. Robert decides to post saying trans women, 6 kids, wife, not thrilled. So this guy is transitioning into a woman after 30 years of being with a woman. I mean, who knows? Maybe nothing was happening. I do not know. There's marriages like that boots are not being knocked. So who knows what people end up doing, you know. And then so this past Sunday, a day before the shooting, it looks like Kevin Soros and Alex Jones may have had something on Twitter, according to sources. Robert decides to comment and says, basically, this is why we go berserk, because of comments like this. So the other day, my friend Adrian Jones, street preacher, good dude, solid dude. He's actually on X as well, and he sent me something. He's on X as ADJ 757. So if you guys want to follow him, solid dude. He street preaches in Norwalk, Virginia. ADJ 757. He sent me this link. He asked me, he's like, do you know about Rainbow Reload? I'm like, what's Rainbow Reload? No, I don't know about it. and Rainbow Reload. So Rainbow Reload is oh man, there it is right there. LGBTQ nation. So that's the Facebook group for it. That's the Facebook group right there for it. Rainbow Reload. Look at this. Rainbow Reload's February 1st date has been pushed back due to snow. Check in soon. We'll have a new February beginner. That one there don't actually talk about what Rainbow Reload is about. But if you go to if you want to look and see what Rainbow Reload is about, you can type it in. I think it is I think it's LG. So what I yes, LGBTQ LGBTQnation.com. If you so choose to have the guts to go look, if you want, it'll talk about what rainbow, yes, what Rainbow Reload is about. Um, it's quite interesting, and it's for transgender people, people who are transitioning from men to women, women to men. But I have a feeling it's probably more. Yeah, look at this. So it's crazy stuff. This was 2 years ago when it was written. Um, yeah, gun groups. Yeah, there it is, right there. Gun groups for basically for trans people, right? Gun rights are for everyone. Any law that would disarm, yeah. So I guess the owner of this is this guy named Finn Smith. Any law that would disarm anyone. Oop, that's in the way right now. Later, yes. Anyone that would disarm anyone, yes. So any law that would disarm anyone, no matter how reasonable, can be used unreasonably against us, says Smith, who goes by the Twitter handle Queer Armorer. Um, and that is been suspended, so we don't even need to go look at that. Smith runs Rainbow Reload, an LGBTQ gun based or gun club based in New Hampshire, where they produce firearms instruction videos, news, and gaming streams, living by an amend state motto: live free or yes. So here's the thing, real quick with that instruction videos. What kind of instruction videos are they teaching people? What's in these instruction videos? Is it something like what this guy just did the other day? Because this isn't the first time where it seems like people of who are transitioning are doing such things. I know a lot of times people are saying, "Hey, it's the right wing Nazi, stupid conservatives, the racist guys who are going and doing mass shootings and doing events like this." But this guy, I don't know many. I don't know many MAGA people who are transgenders. Now, with that said, there are MAGA people that are LGBTQ who are homosexual. There are that within MAGA, but they don't push a transgender ideology, which I don't want to get into because it's blurred lines and stuff like that. But just to think that this man went and did this to his family. Again, I guess maybe for me, it's the whole 30 years. You have a child, and you're married for 30 years, and you do something like this. And then here's the kicker, because when you're doing all this type of this transformation, if you go back to, and there's other pictures of the guy, if you go back to the picture of him with the side by side and the other pictures, right? The person is developing. Like the features do change, whether it's through surgeries, medication, drugs, features do change. I mean, we know that there's stuff even in food nowadays that higher that 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 I'm trying to stay focused, that take levels down and things like that. So there's always stuff, right, that goes on. So when you have that type of stuff messing with your natural born biology, science that God created, perfect science, that starts to do something that can do something to every aspect of your body. I mean, the food alone nowadays does stuff to us. So you have this going on, but then they say that, because a lot of people who are advocates for 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 people transitioning, they say, well, they're not mental, right? They say that they're not mental. But to do something like that and then to get mad about your wife or your husband not condoning it or not participating in it, not accepting it because your husband or your wife actually married a man or woman, right? I mean, husband, wife, that's what they married. And if they're not going to accept that and you start doing all these type of changes like this to that degree, and then you go and kill them, you wouldn't think that that's mental. So I don't understand how people say, "Oh, it's not mental stuff." Well, then what is it? Are you really going to say it's they're born that way? Because this is the case that a lot of people under the umbrella of LGBTQ were born this way. But even sometimes within that, they'll say, "Well, we don't go that far." I so like I said, I'm trying not to go there because that's a whole huge bowl of stuff I can get into, especially when it comes biblically. But it's sad. You're talking about like your son. You killed your own. And I don't get it. But this is the mental stuff. It is mental. His ex-wife was saying it, and what she wrote is mental. So I don't know. It to me, it's just it's crazy. It's bizarre. I can't fathom it. I can't imagine it. I can't think it. And then people, here's the other kicker that we're not even thinking about. The people who had to witness it. Because you're at a hockey game. So you're in a place where your mind is not even thinking about something like this happening whatsoever. And then it happens. So at that point, because I've been in situations like this. I actually got a award in the city of Portland from an incident in 2009 of a mass shooting that I was involved in. I got from the police department. I got an award, a hero award because I was involved basically as a first responder for a major incident in Portland, Oregon in 2009. But you have to think about these people that go through this type of stuff and see it. Like, so there was three people that tried to wrestle the dude after he's done shot and killed two people and three other people he injured. Now, the people who wrestled him, I don't know if they were his family members or if they were other people. No matter what, you still witnessed him pulling a gun on himself and shooting his own self, which I had in this situation in 2009 in Portland, Oregon. It was January of 2009. Um, a buddy of mine experienced that because he went running after the gunman and the gunman shot himself on the sidewalk. And I was within several feet once I was able to be in that area while the guy was still alive after he shot himself in the head. Um, Not a pleasant thing to see, experience, or be around. I mean, that's not my first shooting I've been around, but that was my first mass shooting that I was around or experienced in 2009 in Portland, Oregon. And it's not something, it did make CNN, did make national news for a moment. It's not something that's talked about a lot. It's not something that people really remember, but it did happen. Um, Yeah, not a fun thing for those people who had to experience it, and now they have to live with that as well, right? They had to, it's no different than on a magnitude of, if you want to say, J6 and people who had to experience Ashley Babbitt and the other people who did die. The lady in the tunnel, I forget her name right off the top of my head, but it's the same thing. Um, yeah, the zone. Yeah, that's what it was. January 2009. I remember it was snowing actually outside till 4 in the morning. Um, yeah, it was not cool. I probably was 20 seconds, 30 seconds from it actually actually happening, or me being outside right at the front doors where the guy shot. But anyway, um, very disturbing to have to experience that type of stuff, go through that type of stuff. So I can't imagine what these people are having to go through now, because some people, obviously, we know that when this type of stuff happens, people have to go through trauma sometimes. Like, there's things that people have to go through in order to escape those memories. Like, real talk, like, because that type of stuff can be everlasting, impacting, traumatizing, as Laura Loves America just said. It's traumatizing. It can be, if you don't know how to deal with it. Um, you know, it's our world is a mess. Our world is a mess. And so not only do you have that going on, right? You have this type of thing going on there, but then now I'm going to flip it, because it's still related to what's happening in our society, right? It's still related to how crazy our world is. So in Birkdale Birkdale Village, okay, it's a popular shopping center in North Carolina, okay? Minors have been banned after 6 p.m. So all minors under 16 years old have been banned. Not this one. It's not that one. It's not that one. There we go. Have been banned after 6 p.m. If you're under 16 years old, you've been banned from going to this shopping center after 6 p.m. After 6 p.m. It comes after a crowd of 100 teenagers rushed the streets and started dancing on top of occupied vehicles, blocking traffic and screaming. I mean, it sounds like a typical day at a local school protesting ICE. No different. So there's video of this. For whatever reason, these teenagers, these kids, go out and start jumping on cars. For what? Why? I don't get it. So what yeah. Um and the thing about it, most of the kids there, right? Obviously, we can see by the video, or black, brown, whatever. Um, Maybe they're looking for something to do, but I mean, that's something that you don't do. So the result of this is that the shopping center decided, okay, so no more children under the age of 16 can be out there at 6 p.m. no more. Well, the town of Hunterville, Huntersville said, well, that's being racist. It's being racist to say that, hey, if you're under 16 years old, after 6 p.m., you can't be here. Somehow that becomes race. Well, the reason why it becomes race, obviously, because, oh, well, it's black children and brown children. So now you're being racist because you say 16-year-old children. Now, with that said, if you said 16-year-old children, how's that racist? Because you didn't put a race with it. It's 16-year-old children across the board, no matter what nationality, no matter what color, no matter what gender. It's 16 across the board. So how is that? How does how does 16 years old transfer into being racist? And that's what they're saying. They're calling it racism because somehow it's 16 years old. And here's the problem with the word racism is nowadays I don't even think people even know what racism actually means. I think it's so played out, it's so overused. It's attached to everything. It's attached to your opinions, it's attached to your views, it's attached to truth. What is I mean, prejudice, discrimination by an individual, community, or institution against a person or people on the basis of their membership in a particular racial or ethnic group. Marginalized. I hate that word marginalized, but I mean that there's racism. It said 16 years old. It's not racism. But again, like we're saying, the problems in America, the things that we're facing in America, it's ridiculous. And I don't see it getting any better. I know people want to say, "Oh, it's going to get better," especially people really believe it's going to get better under Trump. Trump's going to save the day. Things are going to reverse. It's going to get better. Yada yada yada. I personally don't think things are going to get better, in my opinion. And I'm kind of humble about that. But at times, I like to get hard about it because the Bible says it's things are going to wax cold and more cold and more. What's the scripture? Let me get the scripture. I don't want to butcher that either. Um, wax. You guys will probably get to it before I do. I could probably just do it on the computer. Wax cold. There it is. I don't know if it's Timothy or Matthew. There it is. And because so it's Matthew 24. And because iniquity shall abound. So iniquity is basically sin. Lawlessness, rebellion, pride, sin, right? Iniquity. The love of many. So the love of that, of their rebellion, all sorts of things shall wax cold, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. So it basically talks about like the things are just going to continue to get worse because of the love of evil, the love of our flesh, the love of things like that. It's going to get worse. It's not going to get better into a beautiful utopia here on earth. Um, so and speaking about like this sort of thing, right? Whatever the children were out there doing, right? You got to think about this as well. And we've seen this for years and years. This is nothing new regarding what them kids did. It's not something new. We're probably like, oh wow, it's something new. It's nothing new what them children did. The thing about the children, where I'm getting at with that is at the rebellious stage of it, because more children are having less respect for property, for adults, for people in general. So that's what I'm referring to about like where things are going with children doing that. Now, could they have been celebrating, excited about something? Yes, I don't have all the back details except for what the shopping center was saying. But when it comes to like people celebrating, that's been going on for years. And when people are celebrating like that, especially on a large mountain scale, things get chaotic. You could think about Seattle, a perfect example when I was at the Super Bowl and people are celebrating. And, I posted this, right? I mean, I wouldn't say that maybe she belongs doing that in front of a car. That's just my opinion. But anyway, she's doing her thing, supermodel right there in front of the car, doing her thing. The car starts to smoke up. People are all excited. That's their celebration that they're doing. So to see things like this isn't nothing new. I mean, this dude is smoking up his tires. Tires are not cheap, you guys. Tires are not cheap. They are not cheap whatsoever. Um, I'm looking at a couple comments, which I'm going to get to. I want to get to in just a second. Yeah, tires are not cheap, and even earlier in the night on Super Bowl celebration night, if you want to say, people were on top of cars as well. So the whole on top of car thing isn't new. It's just like it's sad seeing children, and then you have to put something into practice. You have to make up a rule, a law, keep some order for that. And speaking about things getting out of order, I'm sure we have it ready, available, but YouTube, uh, outside of Portland City Hall, probably at the moment, it could be at the moment. I'm not sure if they moved inside, but there's chaos going on in Portland as I've been on the air, as we've been speaking, probably. There's been stuff going on in Portland at City Hall because I'm not sure if I'm not 100% sure if it is still happening. Let me look and see if there is anything still going on at City Hall. So it sounds like they're back outside. I'm going look at let's just who was there? So Tommy's down there. Obviously, Tommy Boy's down there. There's some other people that are down there. Yes, Ground Zero PDX is down there. Ground Zero PDX is down there. Yeah, he is live. So there is still stuff. They've been down there since like 5 o'clock. So they've been down 2.5 hours, going on 3 hours. There's been stuff in Portland City Hall. I'm not sure what kind of protest is happening, but probably some sort of meeting inside City Hall. People got kicked out, according to what I'm hearing, got kicked out of the meeting. People are back outside. Before the doors open, there was some pushing, there was some shoving, and yes, some mace was once again deployed. Here we go.
Well, maybe worthless pieces. We came here to exercise our First Amendment rights, but you guys like to attack us for exercising our rights. So yeah, we get prepared. That's for sure. Yep. Because for self-defense, you fucking idiot.
So that's Tommy Boys. There's also a PDX. You don't have as much stuff on his screen on his stream, his channel. Yeah, PDX, sorry, Ground Zero PDX. I keep saying PDX. Ground Zero PDX has a good feed of what's happening right now outside City Hall in Portland, Oregon. Again, just chaos. And it's all the time. It's all the time. And I personally, like I said, I don't personally believe or think that things are just going to get better. I don't think that. I don't know if you guys do, but I personally do not think that. Yeah, turn up the volume. I'm not sure if you guys can hear it. You guys were gonna do what you were gonna do. You knew what you were gonna
Whoa. Fuck you fucking ugly whore!
Oh wow! All right.
Did you get it or no? Honda. Black Honda. Yeah. Watch yourself on that.
See, it's nonstop stuff, guys.
Are we gonna cut out together? Stay here for a while. Imagine being so fucking fragile. This is I'll fucking knock you out, bro. Stay the fuck out of my shit.
Got maced again. More mace.
Fucking coward!
More mace.
Assault, bitch! Coward! Fucking coward! That's assault! Stop fucking around! Stop getting in our way! Pepper spray! Stop fucking getting in our space, you idiot! Cowardly little fucking bitch! Quit fucking getting in my face! Fuck you, you fucking coward! You're a fucking coward! You are a fucking coward! You can't seriously! That's what you do! Fuck you fucking coward!
Coward! Let's play the siren. Play the siren.
No police. No police. That's right. So, if any of my mods or if anybody's in here who followed me for like a long time, does this guy in the wheelchair remind you of anybody? Not sure. The guy in the wheelchair, does it remind my mods or anybody who's been following me for a long time? Does it remind you of anybody? If so, you can put the name if it reminds you of anybody. But you'd have to be following me for, the past 5 years to know. Yeah, yep. There you guys go. There you go, right there on YouTube. The names are popping up on YouTube. There's one nickname and then one real name. But see, this is all new to new people, so this is their.
Last time we were here, we did have a good conversation.
He was trying to at me. Cowardly little bully.
No Iceman. Oh, Iceman.
You are nothing bigger than a schoolyard fucking bully.
Right there.
Projection.
Well, there's another one too. But Elizabeth, there's one there, but there's
You got those
SSRIs.
SSRIs.
Leah. Yep.
Oh, I do.
I don't think you do, Tammy.
Leah Ann. Yes.
A psych man, a crazy man,
Psych med.
crazy man, a mentally ill man.
It's supposed to make you feel better. It's a drug.
Yep. That's who that reminds me of. I saw it earlier. I'm like,
Crazy
oh,
eyes.
that
You can see the how
2026 version.
He's lost it. He's completely lost it. Can't control his emotions. Just like a woman.
Like a block away. They took him to the federal house over here.
Thank you, Nicole.
Don't shine a light, period.
Yeah, you started flashing the light, so
I don't give a fuck if you don't like the
Such a
strobe
fucking
light.
coward.
he does not care what you think, bro. He does not care what you think.
All fucking night
He
long.
targeted
Fucking
me,
coward.
you fucking idiot.
Fucking coward.
Mental stability, instability.
Oh,
is not
shit. Shut the fuck up, you fucking pedophile.
No one cares what you think.
You're
You
a
fucking.
projectionist, huh?
I think the person's over here to the right.
You're a projectionist.
Can't see him right now.
38,000 times his name's in
Is
that
that not
fucking file.
pedophilia? Is that not grooming,
Oh
sir?
my god.
Good question.
Hey, what about grooming and
Fuck your whataboutism, motherfucker. I don't care who's in it. Fucking lock them all up. Every last one of them.
Trans
Lock them all up.
ideology needs to
Every last
go.
one of them.
what about drag show
Trans,
hours?
this
in
one's.
Drag
What
queen
is it?
story
Hey,
hour.
Dickerson, this one's got to.
Yeah, I'm watching. I see it close. And go read to children. That's pedophilia.
Yeah, right there he is. Over to the right.
Gender questionnaires and
New
Go
one.
fuck yourself.
2026 version.
Tink, you got it? Tinker, Tink.
Fucking MAGA bitches.
Yeah, you better be careful.
Okay. Who better be careful?
Just a fact.
We're talking to all of you.
You got those SSRIs.
Is that a threat?
I just said you
Is
gotta
that
be
a threat?
careful. Well, when you're being
Is
violent,
that a threat?
no, it's not a
Then
threat.
shut the fuck
We were
up.
watching Ground Zero PDX. That's who
Exactly.
we're watching
You're
right
obviously
now.
looking for a threat.
No, you are, man.
Nah.
Are you guys
Sit there and fucking tell
You're the
people
one that
I'm
asked
being
me.
careful. I'm talking to all of you.
Why does that matter?
Fuck you.
Because I don't. Why don't you
No,
dox
fuck
yourself
you.
for the entire internet to see, you idiot?
The entire
Tell us where you live, and then maybe we'll tell you where we live.
Yeah, dumbass. There's seeing like 5 people.
Geekity,
Dumbass. Fucking smack your little skateboard helmet. What are you talking about?
Geekity,
Really quick, I got a $5 or $4 Cash App from Gene Paul. Thank you for that very much. Keep on rocking the streets. Appreciate that. God bless you.
Stolen valor.
Stolen valor.
Where's my way?
What are the odds? I know.
Hey, he's talking to. Look at his feet. Look at his feet. He's wearing Birkenstocks.
Tom Homan.
Wives. Where are your guys' girlfriends?
God bless Bovino. Captain Bovino, we love you, brother.
This is the male loneliness epidemic. This is what it
Nice
looks
to see you
like
down
right
here,
there.
bro.
So what's your explanation?
He's dating a tranny.
Oh, it's out here.
Tom Homan.
Is that the tranny? He's got arrested. Dude, he just got booked into the fucking federal building 1 block over. It was
shit.
hilarious. I would have watched.
I didn't fuck your mom, bro.
You know what, you guys? I'm actually surprised that this stuff has not got to the place or point where I would think by now that it would have. Like, once I start pulling up some videos from 2020, like every time that this is happening, no matter if it's at ICE or here, I'm like, it amazes me because nothing is really happening. I mean, you have dialogue with passion, but nothing really violent is happening. I mean, there are some people with Tommy that are pulling out mace, you know, but as far as the left, it's so weird and different. And people who know this and been watching for a long time, you guys understand and you guys know, and you got a lot of you said, wow, it's much different. It almost doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. I mean, I can appreciate this. I can appreciate the dialogue, even if even if it's passion, the arguing back and forth, because no violence is happening. But it's to me, that's what's odd. It's like there's not major violence, especially after people are getting maced. They're getting maced. I mean, yeah, it's little streams, but it's maced. And yeah, Mama Bear to you says, you know, it's nothing, which, yeah, I mean, this is cool. I can do that, whatever. But this other stuff is weird. Like what? Yeah.
I think it was a girl or a guy, I don't know. But
My battery. I'm at 36%. 36.
They all gotta go. Every last illegal.
every one of them.
You can start with the criminals. You have to go. They all gotta go.
I know that much.
All of them.
Tommy, why don't you want to document it right there? Why don't you want to hear it? This one.
Yes. Look, man. That's a perfect picture of what was happening. That's a beautiful picture of what was happening in 2020. Like that type of stuff right there was being thrown at police officers. I remember that night. It was either that night. I think it was on Burnside. It was either on Burnside and like 42nd, or it was up on Stark. It might be Stark. That was up on Stark, like 107th and Stark. I see, because of the lanes. Because I don't think Burnside had the medium lane. It might have, but Stark has 2 lanes. It was either one of the two. It was either Burnside or it was Stark. But I remember that. Oh man, I remember that night. Mama Bear says exactly.
Yeah, you're a Nazi. You're a Nazi.
They don't know anybody here.
We are the ones who asked the question.
You are a Nazi.
Yes.
You're a Nazi.
To your
You're a
question.
Nazi.
Yes.
You're a Nazi.
Yes, that was the night. Yeah, and then of course it goes into, like everybody's always saying, they're yelling, you're this, you're that. It's just the yelling nonstop back and forth, and that's what they do.
You're a racist pedophile. You're a pedophile supporter. Hey, you're a Nazi. Nazi. Trump-loving Nazi.
So that was Stark. Yeah, I figured it was Stark.
Okay, bootlicker.
Fucking helmet that fits you right. Look at that shit, dude. What kid did you take
Money
that bike
well
off?
spent. You turn your girl hair on
That was hilarious,
Did you
guys.
take that fucking-
That guy. So if you look over here, the guy on the right, he got some spice earlier. We took care of that. He's hurting pretty bad.
I'm
Right
not. I want to be honest with you guys.
Yeah,
I'm not
that's-
cool with all the
that's
spice. I'm not cool with all. I'm not cool with all the spice. Like, you know what you're going into. I personally don't get it. especially over nonviolent stuff, or especially if you're part in contributing to creating
That was
a
funny,
hostile
dude.
environment.
This guy's a comedian, bro. Oh my God. Yeah, fuck around and find out, bro. Thank you, Barry, for the super chat, bro. I appreciate it. Yeah, we got this guy over here that he's hilarious. He's a comedian. Where are you going, Richard? You gonna go burn another American
Speaking of
flag,
super chats,
Richard?
mine are open as well.
Okay, Richard loves dick.
Because that will make paintball less.
Richard loves dick.
Yeah, look at him. Look at the way he holds that pepper spray. Look at the way he backs up.
Oh my God! You see how he sounds like a bitch?
What is wrong with these people?
Real quick, thank you, Laura Loves America, for the $20 Cash App. Thank you for telling it how it is. You're welcome. Thank you. God bless you.
My God, dude.
Hey,
Every single one. He carries your shit. Yeah,
what is that? Team Blue Chris Daughtry?
Yeah. Those two are gonna fucking dig right into each other. Oh my God, bro. Every single one.
So I will say though, real quick, with the guy in the wheelchair.
Thank you, Small.
The guy in the wheelchair, he's not as if you want to say violent or crazy, aggressive, confrontation. At least it doesn't appear. He doesn't seem like he's that way, like how Dustin was back in 2020.
Oh, you hear that? When you got nobody. I spoke some truth and he hates. Oh my God, dude. You can't even get anyone to check.
Look at these freaks, dude. They're so hilarious.
There's my friend in the blue stocking cap, the blue beanie.
Oh my God, dude. Fake crazy so fucking hard for us. Can't even come within 200 feet of the facility. Yeah. He can't come within 200 feet of a school, dude. He can't come within 200 feet of a school. They don't even
That guy has sandals on.
We found another bearded lady.
You think that fucking somehow emasculates me? Yeah, dude. Look at everybody laughing at you, bro. So
Oh yeah, no, they're laughing at.
Hey, ho, ho! All the illegals got to go. Hey, ho, ho! All the illegals got to go. Hey, ho, ho! All the illegals got to go. Hey, ho, ho! All the illegals got to go. Hey, ho, ho! All the illegals got to go. Hey, ho, ho! All the illegals got to go. Hey, ho, ho! All the illegals got to go. Hey, ho, ho! All the illegals got. They're so triggered, bro.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Oh, I'm so triggered. I'm laughing at you. Nobody's triggered by you. Just like everybody in high school, we realize you're a fucking loser. We all
I don't have no respect for you, that's for sure.
Oh my God.
I don't have no respect for you.
You're so fucking fake, dude.
Yeah, it's not about looking tough. Tommy's got an addiction to cigarettes, you guys. Calm down. I'm kidding.
I don't care.
I know. I'm just
I know.
kidding.
It don't bother me.
They said,
Cigarettes are
Where do you live,
delicious.
Leah?
I said there's so many people right now laughing at them.
It's the three bald mice.
The three bald mice.
It's the three bald mice. The three bald mice. The three bald mice. We got three Mr. Cleans. Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean.
They're strategizing. They're like, okay, let's take 2 steps forward.
You fat sack of shit.
Been a while for that.
Oh, you fucking jiggly ass bitch, dude.
your
I
mom's
can't even listen to you with how much shaking you're doing.
Oh,
dude.
shit.
You're a fucking loser, bro.
Yeah, is that what your mom tells you every day? Is that what your mom tells you every day? You're a fucking loser. Is that why you lost your hair so quick?
Is that why you lost your hair so quick? Because your mom told you a loser every day? Is that why?
Such a little fucking loser.
Three bald cockroaches.
They're roaching out. They're roaching out.
They're roaching
They're
out.
roaching out.
These fucking
They're
guys
roaching out.
with the fucking airsoft pants on and the fucking too small helmets, dude.
Did you guys know that trans women are men?
Funny as hell.
Did you know that?
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah. Because it's mentally ill men going into women's spaces.
You're the guy out here with the
A lot of people have left, though.
box and no fucking friends wants to talk about mentally ill.
Compared to earlier.
It's such a joke, dude.
In about a half hour, you guys. I'm gonna have a.
This one's looking fucking crazy.
You guys got too much estrogen. I can't.
In about a half hour, I'm gonna have a live guest on. A little live report from. A little live report. I'm gonna have that on a little bit. In about a half hour, there's gonna be a live report about Travis Jur. If you guys have been following that story, I want to bring somebody on to give an update of what's going on in that case. There was, I believe, trial today. But yeah, we'll give a little update, or maybe it was yesterday. It was yesterday. Excuse me. It was yesterday, but we'll give a little update about that. So I'll bring somebody on in about 30 minutes to give an update.
Dude, shut up.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to look anything like your fucking haggard looking ass. You look like Hagrid. You look like Hagrid. You look like Hagrid.
He should be. I believe he should be out by then. Yes. Yes, there's Travis Jur, and he's blowing kisses at the president. So we'll bring that on in a little bit.
1,000 fucking times his name is mentioned. That's more times than Jesus is mentioned in the Bible. That's main character.
Yeah, look, he was looking a little zesty right there. You're looking zesty.
White shit foaming on your mouth.
Oh, dude,
You got white shit
you
foaming on
fucking
your
love
mouth.
the white shit in your mouth, dude. Shut up.
You got white shit foaming out the side of your mouth.
Are you guys done consuming drugs in public yet? Oh my god, dude. Are you done consuming drugs in public yet? I'm sure as the girls you date. Oh my god. You guys are
talking about pedophiles, but when I bring up
Hey, if you get money off my dog, I need the doctor.
you guys are jokes, bro. Gender is not sexuality.
We got a random homeless person that walked in on it.
Yeah, gender isn't sexuality.
Random homeless person.
I cannot become a woman.
How do we explain you?
I'm going on vacation tomorrow. I'm going to Turkey and Greece. Where are you guys going?
Oh, okay, go to Greece, dude.
You miserable fucking
Fuck out of here, dude.
Wah, wah, wah.
Go to Greece.
What are those? What are those?
Someone just mentioned that. Now they pointed them out. That's messed up. Oh man.
You guys are fucking.
Oh, someone just pointed them out. Oh man. And now someone, that's crazy. Oh, it's being choppy. It's being choppy. They're having problems. See? Everybody has problems with their stuff at times.
Yep. He's got the Jesus sandals. Yeah, let's go.
I'm gonna walk with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is live in Portland, you guys. City Hall, downtown Portland, Oregon. Downtown Portland, Oregon,
Yeah,
City Hall.
they were trying to be entertaining, but they just weren't entertaining enough, guys. Not to keep us out late, that's for sure. All right, have a good one. Yeah, be safe,
All right,
guys.
looks like they're wrapping up. Looks like people are wrapping up.
Sorry about
That guy,
Still kinda
I think
following
he's got
them.
a crush on you, bro. That guy's got a crush on you.
That's not true. That's a false statement. Someone says nobody has as much buffering as you do, Quincy. That's false. We don't do fake news around here. That's very false. My streams have been actually very clear as of recently at the ice facility, and they'll get better. They'll get better because many of my listeners have blessed me with Starlink. I got to figure that out because that's going to be possibly a liability depending where I go in what situations. So I got to figure out how to do that. Make it work. Make it work because that's something you don't want messed up or people getting a hold of. So I got to figure out like how far away I can keep it and stuff like that. Have it be safe because it's not something smart to just walk around with, depending on the situation and environments. So, at times it still might be messed up depending on a situation. And usually, if it's messed up, the stream, that's why I always film stuff and record it as well. So I would like to get a hold of Kevin Posobiec and bring him on since he's been down at the Nancy thing. Let me text him and see if I could also get him on. If he'd like to come on and talk about what's going on down at in Arizona. See what he says. Let me text him real quick, you guys. Portland, it's 37 degrees in Portland right now, you guys. And he's wearing Birkenstocks, right? Sandals. Those in 37 degrees in Portland. It's been snowing where I'm at the last few days. Like woke up this morning to a one day, couple of hours of like 4 inches of snow. And then it was gone. And yesterday was the same thing. It was a trace yesterday. Today was like 4 inches. It's all gone, melted. Yeah. So probably get some more. The winter's been crazy. The winter has been crazy. Portland, it's been mild. It's been mild where I'm at. Where's the winter? Jack Frost comes and he like teases and then it's gone. Like, where's the winters? Like, what's happening? Like, we're not getting winters like we used to get. Not getting the winters that we used to get. I want to see if Kevin hits me back. If he hits me back, bring him on. Still got a little bit of time before I can bring on the other person. I don't even know if Kevin's live or if is JLR live. He might be live too. Woke up to about 3 inches here in southern Idaho. Yep. I like waking up to snow. It's so peaceful to wake up to snow. I'm not. Yeah, it's very peaceful to wake up to snow. I love it. It's a good feeling. Actually, let me call him, and then I'll just see if he answers. Let's see if he answers. JLR is not live. I'll set that up Yo. Hey, I'm gonna send you a link. Are you busy? I want to send you a link to come on my show, talk about a little bit what's happening. Yeah. So like right now. I am. I know. Not no, not no, no, not no. I'm not you. That's why I said I want to send you a link. So I want to text you the link. You're good. Okay. Yep. Yeah, YouTube, X, Facebook, everything. Yep. All right. Bye. All right. Sounds good, you guys. So I'm gonna bring Kevin Posobiec up. I gotta see how to send him the link to my phone. Let me see. Copy link. Let me see. Probably just yes. Copy link. Okay. Everything's like through X nowadays. I'm so like still old school with like texting and everything. I'm so old school when it comes to that. Like I'll just text. Oh, chat. There it is. Okay. I'll tell him it went to his ex. I told him I was going to text him. So I'll bring on Kevin Posobiec, Jack Posobiec's brother. Obviously, you guys know who Jack Posobiec is. Real American Voice. So I'll bring him on to talk about the Nancy Guthrie case and what's going on. Only Mr. Bill claims that he knows everything. That's what he claims. I would question that, but this is what he claims. I don't know if that's true, you guys. So bring Kevin on, and then in a little while we'll bring somebody else on. See if anything else is happening across the nation. I doubt it. Not till this weekend. Speaking of this weekend, I'm pretty sure you guys I'm gonna be going someplace. Pretty sure. So if you guys would like to help out, super chats, of course, are open. PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, Zelle, buy me a coffee. Everything is the BC Preacher. The links are pinned at the top of Facebook and YouTube. No sound. Who's saying no sound? Check your end, please. I think the cartels might be involved. Yeah, I'm thinking so too. I'm thinking so as well. I am thinking so as well. So let's see. Hopefully Kevin will come on here soon. He should come on here soon. Yeah, everybody has sound. There was somebody who reported that they didn't have sound, but everybody seems to have sound. Everyone seems to have sound. Star 579 on YouTube says, I think TMZ reported that someone said they took her to Mexico, but everything seems like a dead end. Yeah, I mean, the border is only 70 miles away from that area ish, 70 miles ish away from that area. That's not far. An hour drive. If you drive like I drive, it's about an hour, maybe 45 minutes. 70 miles. So that's why I said an hour, maybe less. But yeah. So that isn't far at all. So could it been something like that? Yeah. I mean, they're talking about what they give me money type of thing. They want money, but I don't know. We'll find out from Kevin. We'll find out from Kevin the ransom and all that type of stuff. as a for ooh, this is interesting. Arlene says, as a forensic investigator, my bets are still son-in-law. Hmm. Okay. What makes you think son-in-law? What makes you think that? That's a I'm not going to say that's an interesting thought because it's been. I mean, look, the guy in Rhode Island just shot his family. So to say son-in-law, it's not like it's something that's far out there. It's not far fetched. I mean, very well could be. Very well could be. Been thinking. Someone else says, I've been thinking it's family involvement for about a week, maybe Tomas. Yeah, I know JLR has been talking about heavily about Tommaso. Um, that could be as well. Yeah. No, I believe it isn't Tomas the that is his son-in-law, right? I believe. I could be off. I haven't followed it to a T. I haven't followed it that close because it's one of those things. It's like you got to be like listening all day long for the little clues and things like that. So is Tomas the son-in-law? That sheriff is infuriating. Yeah. It's Annie's husband. Okay. That's who. Annie's husband. Yeah, it's a whole interesting case. And I know JLR, he's up on this type of stuff. He's up on this type of stuff because he was even in Bourbon Street. Where are the street preachers? They're not at that corner. I remember being at the corner. I think that's the whole LGBTQ club. I had to go in there one time. Don't ask me for what. If that's it, if that's the corner. Don't ask me for what. It was not fun. It wasn't a pleasant sight either. It was not a pleasant sight. But that was Bourbon Street. Share, share, share. uh Let me hold on just a second. Just a second. I'm texting Kevin. Sorry. Times Square, you guys. Times Square. And why do we care? Just because her daughter is on TV. And great, great. And see, this has been the problem with a lot of people. What a lot of people have been saying, Haley, is why do we care so much? It's because her daughter's on TV. Her daughter's a big name. And I agree. I think that's why everybody's tripping out about it. Is it fair? I don't think it's fair. I think it's kind of sad that we do this just because it's somebody like a celebrity's in-law. Because if it was any one of us, there would not be this much attention. And that's just being honest. So it's a valid point. I do agree with that. And we'll see. We'll see. And get Kevin on here in a minute. He's having to get some things situated. Hopefully he'll be on here in just a moment. It's more waiting for him. I think we're good to go on our end. Again, you guys, super chats are open. So even when he comes on, if there's anything you want asked, highlight it, super chat it. It'll light up. Got donations as well. The donation links are pinned on Facebook and YouTube. Facebook and YouTube. Mr. Geyer Digital doing his thing as always. He's been following the Travis Jurr case as well, reporting on that. He's been reporting on the Travis Jurr. Yes, Kevin was down there today. He's been down there reporting. He got there. I'm not sure when did he get there. I'll ask him when he comes on. But he's been there. I would say, goodness gracious, maybe I think since Thursday, maybe since Thursday or Friday he got there. Because he originally told me that he was going to leave on Sunday or Monday. Look at this is some of Travis Jurr's status, I guess military status stuff. Branch of service looks like United States Coast Guard, August 23, 2002 through September 19th, 2011. Active health service technician, petty officer, 3rd class. Petty officer, 3rd class. That's his position, his rank, his grade. I haven't been like, okay, so regarding the Travis Jurr, I haven't been like, the dude has never really talked to me. So it's like, I'm not as invested into it as some other people are. That obviously he's dealt with or targeted. He's never really said anything to me. And so, but that doesn't disqualify him from saying stuff to other people or doing things to other people. And the big thing that he's being really investigated for is because of what he did with Trump, putting out the threats toward Trump, showing the guns. I think it was, I'm not sure if it was ammunition or if it was just the threats that he was saying about Trump and the guns he showed. Obviously, there's the drawings of him being in the courtroom that they always do. So I'm not sure what's taking Mr. So long. I don't want to call him again. That looked tacky, me being on the phone like, hey. It did. It really did. I was like, that don't look good. He thinks he has to download StreamYard. I'm like, no, you don't have to download StreamYard. You don't have to download it. Where is that at? Is that like Leavenworth? I mean, they still got Christmas lights up. Is that Leavenworth? Almost kind of looks like it, to be honest with you. I wonder if Leavenworth had any snow this year for Christmas. I mean, they are up in the mountains, but still, everything's been kind of weird. Like snow, it's not working, man. He says not working. I got to do another link. It's not working. Let's try another link. Try another link for the StreamYard. That one was not working. I don't know if it'd be better to text him, but I'll try and. All right, here it comes. All right, it just sent that to him. Sorry, guys. I apologize. can't see what he said. He showed me a picture. Entering the studio to keep the studio, connect with YouTube, connect with Facebook. Why did you have to connect it? To keep the studio secure, the host asks that you connect with YouTube or Facebook. It's usually not how it works. See, this is the first time me doing this, so it's on the fly, you guys. So I remember when I've joined StreamYard before, don't tell me to as somebody coming in as a guest to connect to YouTube or Facebook. So that's weird. That's different too. Why does he have to download? I've never had to download. That's weird. I've never had to download the app to be on StreamYard as a guest. It's usually just the link. Like I said, working through the things, one thing at a time. Climatics is in the house. I'm not even paying attention to the chat right now. I'm trying to get Kevin Posobiec on, Jack Posobiec's brother from Real American Voice. Kevin actually is also on Real American Voice, so I'm trying to get him on here really quick to talk about the Nancy Guthrie case. He's been down there covering it. So he should be getting on. We're trying to work out a few little things here. So that's why it's taking a minute. That's why we're kind of like at a stall for the moment, because he's having to download the StreamYard app. And there he is. He is in the house. We're going to bring him up. Hopefully, are you there?
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. Look at that mic you got.
Look at you. You're just getting all suited up, all buttoned up there, huh?
Yeah. I was already asleep now.
And I woke you up.
Man, I've been getting hits because I'm helping out on the East Coast. So I've been getting requests for the morning shows, man, and they start at 7:30 on the East Coast. That's 5:30 for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's 5:30 for you.
Yeah. So I'm up before the sun. They're over there sipping their coffee, saying welcome to the sunrise.
And you're like, I'm still sleeping. What y'all doing?
When I got here, I looked out. I was like, you guys got the sun. I got the moon still up over here.
Oh, man. So you guys, if you don't know, this is Kevin Posobiec on Real American Voice. He does a lot of stuff for his brother, also at Real American Voice, Jack Posobiec. Also human rights. That's what you do as well, don't you, Kevin?
Human events.
Human events. I'm sorry. Yeah, I apologize. Human events.
You're good.
So you're doing a lot of stuff with both, actually.
Yeah, I mean, Jack Posobiec's my brother, and I've been helping him for decades now, But yeah, that's his show exclusively, and then the greater network, or I'm saying in the larger network, is Real America's Voice.
Yeah.
So it's been quite the ride, getting to go to all kinds of campaigns with them, and then now I'm out here. But yeah.
So we met for the first time, you and I, back in Minneapolis, Minnesota, a couple weeks ago. And there it was like minus 41 degrees with the wind chill. So you went from Minneapolis to like 70-degree weather.
I did. I mean, I'm from Philly, so it wasn't too out of the ordinary, but man, some of those days that wind chill would really knock your socks off.
It was
and
cold.
That's what the difference was, man. Like, cause I could barely text, I was trying to grin and bear it, like, it ain't too cold. And then all of a sudden my fingers, my phone wasn't even recognizing my fingers.
Yeah. Yes.
So that was bad.
Yeah. So fill me in. You got down here to Arizona, Tucson, Arizona. What was it? Last Thursday or Friday, correct?
Just about, yeah.
Okay. And you've been down there every day because I know originally we spoke on the phone. You were like, okay, I might leave Monday, XYZ, depending on stuff. And obviously, you're still there. You're still covering the story. Fill us in. What's going on? Do we know anything? Has there been progress? What have you seen? Say whatever you want to say.
Sure, sure. Well, I mean, we'll start with today and then go back from there. Um, so today we had some follow-ups. We have a fifth ransom note from TMZ. Okay, and this comes after the fourth one. And I don't, so the guy Harvey at TMZ, he's working with the FBI, and they decided to not read the notes anymore on air, but he was able to like summarize it, so he couldn't say like in detail. I mean, that's the most popular one. I mean, it's TMZ. They're like they're more pop culture, so that in itself is pretty not bizarre, but it's just interesting, like why they keep choosing to go to that one source. But yeah, so today's note talked about, they want a different form of crypto, something like $6 million worth of money, and then they also want, what was it? They're claiming they still have Nancy, and I mean this whole time there's no proof of life. There's no
Right.
proof. There's no proof of life, preacher, and that's what we're asking for. I mean, really. I mean, because
Like show a picture, right? Show a picture or
a
something.
picture, little video,
Right.
anything, just verifiable evidence of life.
Right.
And because the Guthrie family, I mean, they're not wealthy, but like they said they would pay it. And
Mm-hmm.
then he also got the FBI with $100,000 reward. He got President Trump talking about it too. So it's a lot of things aren't adding up. And on behalf of Real America's Voice here, I'm like acting as a field correspondent, and I've really learned a lot by being down here, because you got the feds, then you got Pima County Sheriff's Department,
Mhm.
and then below that, I'm talking like an authority hierarchy here,
Right.
and then you got, I guess, like mainstream media or detectives, and then you got uh, I guess guys like me at the bottom, like field correspondent, and I get lumped in with just like the regular public at this point.
Mhm.
But so there's, but it's getting interesting because of all the people, all the different levels of like authority, if you will, nobody is really getting anything clear out. So, I mean, that in itself is becoming the story now. I mean, it's day 18. We're going on the third week here,
Right.
looking for her.
And she had
And
medical she has medical conditions as well. So here we are day 18, and
yeah,
some of those medical conditions can't last 18 days without having some things.
yeah, and for sure. I mean, she's 84. She's 84 years old, and living at home as well. I haven't read up on her husband, but living by herself, and I get it. I was talking to another woman recently at the one of these house resolution, or no, house, sorry, I said house resolution. That's
You
the
did.
government board of supervisors
Right.
resolution meeting. And maybe we could tie that in a little bit, because that's the bridge I'm gapping between Tucson and Minneapolis. But
Interesting.
I was talking to this lady, and oh man, what was I saying? What was I saying before that? Uh,
The you was talking about, well, you mentioned, we was talking about the medical
oh,
stuff.
her medical. So yeah, she's got so yeah, why was she living alone, right? Like,
Right.
anyway, if you're that old, 84, usually when one spouse dies, the other one isn't far behind her. And
Right.
she's got a pacemaker, she's
Mhm.
got cardiac problems, so she's probably taking other vitamins and supplements too. The family's well off, she's probably got a good doctor, but even so, one of my initial theories, okay, I mean, you know, and I think at this point it's okay to speculate a little bit, but like uh we were kind of getting some pushback because this is such a sensitive case to like only present the facts and evidence and
Right.
wait for official statements, but then there's no press conference. So like it's hard not to speculate at this point. But anyway, I simply thought, well, hey, maybe they didn't kill her. Maybe she was just so stressed out and like her heart gave out. You know what I mean?
Right.
She's already
Right.
got she's already got like an old heart with heart issues.
Mhm.
So
So,
that's just one of like 1,000. But yeah.
right. So real quick, like you said, we talk about the day and go backwards, and the fifth ransom note came in today. With that said, you said the FBI talking about, did you say 100,000?
Yeah, $100,000 reward if anybody has information about her whereabouts.
Okay, so $100,000 reward from the FBI if anybody has any solid good information about her whereabouts. The ransom note is also talking about Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
here, and to me, that's an interesting piece. Like, how do they even know how? So someone, how I see that, has to know a little bit more about Nancy or her family to even bring up Bitcoin.
Yeah,
Possibly, right?
absolutely. Yeah. So to follow up with this new ransom note too, if you watch the video, or I had a post about it, um, I don't know if you could pull it up while we're on the stream, or I don't know how this works, but it's fine. Either way, I just summarized it. And along with that, so on one hand, this new note is apparently very sophisticated in its wording, and then also um, they're apparently like tech savvy, so they're asking for Bitcoin, and they're also encrypting the email too. Because it's like, well, how's this like, why isn't TMZ like following up? Like, where's this guy's IP address pinging off of? What country is it coming from? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
what's the username of the email? Where's it coming from?
Because
But
TMZ could do that. They have the resources to do that.
I mean, I don't know, like how can you even send an email without a sender address
Right.
in the first place? So it's weird, man, because so okay, so you take that, apparently it's a highly sophisticated thing, and that's the video you got up there.
Right.
And then they're talking this guy is kind of like dumb or whatever, right? They're
It's
like,
dumb.
yeah, because they're like, oh, why would you walk like that? Why's he got his hand like that? Right? Like, why wouldn't you just go like this? Right?
Okay.
With an open hand. Why is he like doing
Right.
that
Almost.
thing?
Right.
Or like, why doesn't he just have a hammer or something?
Break.
Just 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 do something real quick. He's like
Right.
doing like a selfie there, like looking at the camera. I mean, there's just so many things, preacher. It's
Right.
wild. Like, so one hand, so I'm trying to say there's like maybe multiple people here.
Mm-hmm.
Or what had happened is that, so I mean, I had the other video today of me going into the wash, it's called, down these tunnels and these trails, and you see where all the homeless people live. And I mean, you
Right.
got them in Portland, Seattle, Philadelphia, where I'm originally from. So it's like, hey guys, like, and also we're near the border. Like, if somebody was really smart about it, they would have just hired one of these guys, been like, yo, I'll give you XYZ to go to this house, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it could have been some like, not dumb, but like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
the type,
Yep.
just to pay a guy like a couple grand or something to go do this.
Correct.
And then, okay, so there's that, you know what I mean? So it's
Yes.
contrasting a highly
Right.
sophisticated email and then like a dumb burglar. Like,
Right.
that to me, and I think that's pretty accurate. I think that's fair to assume, like, that would imply there's different people here.
Involved.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then today, because I reposted it on X, your tweet about the wash and the channels there, we're in. I don't know how far they go, and I'm not sure if you do, but bottom line is 70 miles from the border.
Yeah.
That's not far. That's an
No.
hour drive. I was saying this before you came on. It's an hour drive. Pretty easy to get there, depending on how
Yeah.
fast you're going. And again, you don't know how far these channels go, right? They could go for a while. And there's probably ravines and mountains. I mean, we're talking about the foothills.
Yeah. No, man. So they're like serious mountains. I think it's like the end of somebody's telling me it's technically the end of the Rocky Mountains, but if it like V's from the Sierra Mountains that go out into Cali. But
Okay.
but anyway, the so they're organic too. And but the key thing here is that they're formed because so this valley, I'll try and be quick with this, is like the valley used to be a sea, pretty
Mhm.
much, and then it dried up. But the ground here is so dense and solid that when it rains, usually in most parts of the country, the rain just goes down into the
Right.
dirt.
Right.
But it's so dense here that when it hits, it just kind of like keeps on
Runs.
going.
Right.
It runs. So they have their flash floods here are like can be can be deadly.
Right.
So and you know we all seen like the Planet Earth specials on Discovery Channel, but like if you look at a river, it's got like these branches coming
Right.
out of it. So that's what these washes are. There's multiple washes, and you know the one I had no idea that thing was there today. I was just happened to be walking down the street, and I looked over and I'm like, just why not, you know? And I walked, and then it just kept going. That was probably I want to say half mile, but then it did get a little shallow.
Okay.
I didn't go through the tunnel. I didn't see how far it went the other way. But yeah, some of these could potentially go down to the border,
Mhm.
you know, and we're talking, you know, you could just,
Right.
the thing is, preacher, it's like these things, the washes, they don't show up on GPS. Like you can't just like Google or like GPS yourself for a little hike through the wash. I
Because
don't
you
even
can't you
think
can't tell, right? You can't tell from GPS that they're there.
I don't even think they track it if you
Don't track
unless
it.
you do like the 3D map, you
Right.
might be able to see it.
Right.
But since I mean the rain it's different than a river or something. Like this is just from the rain coming down.
Right.
So it's just going to go. I guess they've been there for a long time because, yeah. So this one, it was like a hybrid. Like they had the wash coming through, and then they wanted to build a road over it. So what they did, the civil engineers, they just built like this concrete thing so it can go under it without the road collapsing.
Right.
So
I
that's
can
what
see
that
that.
is.
Right.
But you can't you can kind of see it in the back of that video, but there was like 3, 4 sleeping bags down there. Um,
That's
eh,
crazy.
yeah, well, yeah, and then watch the middle of the video here too, because I didn't take a video of them out of respect, but I do a little freeze frame, a little snapshot of a little piece of camping gear that I found,
Uh-huh.
and then hold on, pause it right there. That there was the two guys just sleeping out in the sun.
Just out in the sun, just cooking away, just getting a suntan or whatever they're doing,
Yeah,
right?
I
Wow.
from a while. Yeah, if you zoom in, or but yeah, they're just the one dude was super asleep. The other guy, he kind of like rolled over when he heard my footsteps. But yeah, I thought it was just a bunch of blankets, but no, there were two guys there just laying down,
Just laying down, sleeping in the sun.
just getting a
In the
tan,
Arizona sun, bro, in the Arizona sun.
just getting a tan. Yeah.
So, okay, so, this was today, like you're talking about the 5th ransom note t today. This footage
Yeah.
is from today. Then going back a little bit, I mean, like I said, you got there Thursday, Friday, somewhere around there. What's it been like since you have actually been there? And is it I mean, has it been quiet, just sitting around waiting, hopefully there's something that breaks or
I mean, probably like, yeah, probably 80% of the time, unless I start digging around myself, like I resorted to today. Usually everybody huddles up at the Nancy's house, okay, and everybody's cool with that. We had one day where the police they put up a roadblock because media was getting a little belligerent and just parking all over the place. But yeah, there's about like I want to say 30 to 40 different news stations out here,
Wow.
all up and down her road, all up and down her road. Okay, so
Mhm.
when I got there, I mean it comes in spurts, and nobody has really known, but now we're starting to see a pattern where like some like the glove, for instance, like okay, we're being fed this story that this glove is related to everything, and they're going to send it to the lab, and they said it was a male, and so that's natural. But what's unnatural about all this is that like the lack of press conferences and the lack of like leads, and then he's like sometimes talking to this station and that station. And I mean, I submitted my press credentials, but for whatever reason that they didn't feel like they needed to email me with any updates or let
Right.
me have any interviews. So we have this and that, and I mean the Range Rover got towed the one night from the Culvers. So last Friday night, the 13th, was probably had the most action, which I mean, compared to Minneapolis, we had action day and night.
Yeah.
But Friday the 13th there, that's just passed, was easily the most action, and it like wasn't even really
Action.
action. I mean, we thought it was in the moment, so that's why everybody went. Because I
Right.
mean, like I'm we had one guy, he had like an inside scoop, so he said, yeah, there's going to be a bust today, and then there's like alternate reports, I'll say, coming in about staging areas, and law enforcement's gearing up over at this address and they're going here, and like it's just a lot. So I tracked some of it because nothing else was going on. And
Mhm.
then all of a sudden I pass this one neighborhood and I see like a police truck blocking the intersection. And I was like, oh boy, okay, let me see what that is. Cause it's borderline hysterical here. Like, so people are just looking, they're following cops and whatever they see, but it's like more context is like this is a large county. They have to do regular operations too. It's not like the whole city is shut down looking for this lady.
Right.
So I turned around anyway, and I got lucky. Like lo and behold, or maybe it's God's grace or whatever you call it. And I pull in, I turn U-turn, and I go down this little street real quick, and then out of nowhere comes a bomb squad truck. Like just drives right by me. Okay.
And you're like, okay, I'm gonna follow it.
Um, well, I can neither confirm or deny that happened.
Right.
But but so I turned back to go check on that neighborhood again, and yeah, sure enough, next thing you know, there's another block off, there's cones, and that's what you see in the live stream there. We
Right.
saw we saw SWAT trucks come out, bomb squad, and then like probably like eight sheriff's department trucks, and then about, no lie, like 20 unmarked cars. Not all at once, but within like a half hour.
Yeah.
So they're saying, okay, they had a SWAT raid on a house. Two people were detained, was the initial report, a mother and a son, and then it turned into a third person was detained. And then some lady came up to us and goes, so this is like midnight, and this woman
Yeah.
approaches us with her daughter in front of all the media, and she's like, "Yeah, I'll do an interview with y'all. Like, we got our drone up like over top of the house, and there's FBI combing it. And when we first came up, they were telling us somebody there was a fourth detainee, but they killed themselves. They shot themselves.
Right. Right.
And then you just the next day, so I went to bed that night. I was like barely sleeping. I was like, man, I got to get up because this is it. We thought we had him
Right.
or her or whatever.
That's
Like,
the day you and I talked. Yeah, because you didn't sleep early.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, we did talk. Yeah. And that's because you were like, yo, dude, like, should I come down?
Right.
So, and a couple other people reached out to me too. So and You know,
It was a dead end, basically. That was a dead end.
they were released the next day.
Yeah.
They were released the next day, and it wasn't even like an official video. It wasn't an official press conference. Again, this guy, Sheriff Chris Nanos, came around and like just like trickle fed it to like one or two reporters,
Hmm.
and then we, go
So
from there.
I don't want to keep you on long. A couple more questions with this. Um,
No, we're good. Yeah,
I've heard that people are getting upset at live streamers there.
yeah,
This is true.
yes,
Okay, so
yes, it is.
okay, it is true. So are these Arizona Antifa people? What's going on? Like, why are they mad?
No, there's no. So, well, there's a couple things we could talk about, but I'll talk about this first. I mean, there's that. There's no Antifa. There's no Democrats really doing any search parties or even vigils. And then, of course, the third thing could be, yeah, like the gap thing between here in Minneapolis because they're trying to turn it into a sanctuary city. But yeah, the live streamer thing. There's other guys here, I won't name names, but not many. I mean, it's probably like 90 to 95%
Hmm.
media, and then some public, some neighbors, and then some more established live streamers. And
Uh-huh.
so they're getting mad, and then I forget her name. It's not even worth mentioning really, but some like Arizona representative,
Hmm.
she puts us on blast, and then another reporter puts us on blast too. They write an article about us, um, and then yeah, so I caught wind of that. The next day, I'm in front of Nancy Guthrie's house. I'm live on Jack's show, right? Just
Right.
how I am now. I got you on the tripod. I'm talking to you.
Right.
This guy comes like, maybe he doesn't come in the frame, but he's right outside the frame with one of those long nozzle cameras
Uh-huh.
taking pictures of me, like a couple feet away.
I told
And
you
I
it would
look,
be Antifa.
I
I'm
look
just
over at him like, hey, while I'm on air. And then his reporter comes to me after the hit. Okay. And they're like, yeah, we were just, we're going around talking about the phenomenon of live streamers around here. And I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, what do you want to know?" So I give him my name, and then I say this and that, and I said, "Listen, man, like," and I was truthful with him, like, why wouldn't I be? And I
right.
said, "Hey, I'm a bit of a hybrid, I guess. I mean, I mean, technically, I guess you could say I'm an influencer, but that's a made up word. That only came out like a couple years ago,
Right. Right.
and even live streamer that couple years
Fairly new.
ago.
Yeah, it's fairly new.
It's a it's a really new thing." Um, but the meat and potatoes here, preacher, is that YouTubers, live streamers, influencers are stealing the audience, okay? And they're
Yeah.
making profit too.
Right.
Um, so I don't think mainstream media is going anywhere anytime soon, but local media, absolutely. And so that's who it was. They're
That's who's
they're
freaking
out
out.
of
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
they were out of Phoenix, Arizona Central, and I'm going to say their name because they already published me. And after the fact that this gentleman said he assured me that it would not be a hit piece. He said it would be neutral. And this is after I told him, listen, dude, I'm a field correspondent. I work in more or less, I guess you could call a coalition
Uh-huh.
of people.
Right.
Sometimes I work for Human Events Daily or with, and then sometimes I work with Real America's Voice. And then at the same time, I'm at liberty to post my own content.
Right.
So, and then I told him further, I said, hey, well, one of the nights, like what, so we need to define what these terms are, really. That's the larger question because what is a live stream? I asked him, I said, aren't, like, whenever you guys do hits from the field, aren't you guys live too?
Mm, that's good.
So, I said that to him, and then I said, the last live stream I did do was with Real America's Voice. So it's like it kind of caught him in a pickle with that one. It was me, but it was like I was I was live.
Like you was live on air, right, with Real American Voice, right, right,
Well, I'm saying we streamed it through their account,
right. Yep,
not through my own, but it
right.
was me.
Hmm.
So, but they see me preacher and man, like I don't even have a setup like you. Like I just have this. I have a little tripod. You saw the tripod I
Yeah,
have. I
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
even.
yeah.
And then I have my phone. These guys, they have like $5,000 setups. They got
Oh
the
yeah,
live. They got the truck. They got the live view. They got all this stuff, and that's what really is disappointing. It's not like you know, because they don't know me. Um,
right.
but so for the record, I did get pushed 2 times for walking into a guy's shot, and I said, turn around, and I said, "Yo, like, don't you guys get paid to talk? Don't you guys get paid to report? Like, why don't you politely ask me to move?"
Hmm.
Okay,
Hmm.
but it wasn't like an elbow or nothing, but and then and then another time, the guy just straight up grabbed my tripod and moved the tripod over. And I'm like, really? So it's okay for me to move your
Wow.
$5,000 tripod
Yeah, they
whenever
would
I
not
want
like. They
to?
would not like. They would not like that. They would not
That
like
was
that.
that was the Friday the 13th night that I had my best live stream and the best shots because the I was about the fourth person there. So I
Okay,
got right on the corner. I got in a great position.
and they keep him
And
moving
then
it.
and then he just felt like he put his like over like how the legs are in like the
Yeah, yeah,
triangle thing.
yeah.
He put his leg like inside the my zone and then that wasn't good enough. So he like just picked up my tripod and
Yeah, yeah. That's
and I'm
great.
like, "Hey dude, like what are you even doing right now? Like
Right.
don't touch my stuff." I said.
Yeah, yeah.
So, I'm moving forward, I want to be a little more professional about that, but at the same time, like everybody that I stood my ground with s- said they all apologized, and I shook their hands and I was like, listen, it's not like that. Like, so anyway, but so back to the live streamers or the criticism is that, yeah, not only, so to be fair, like, yeah, these guys are getting like, uh, more audience and, they're profiting too, but at the
Right.
same time, they're prone to one of the liabilities is that they get so many people in these live chats. Like some of it is like legit disinformation.
Yeah, that's true
So,
too. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, unless you're like highly skilled or highly educated or whatever, like you got to be able to think on the fly, like and vet
Right.
these people. You
Yep.
can't just be like reading anon accounts and so one of their main criticisms, which I tend to agree with, is like the doxing of people.
Yeah, I do
Um,
too. Yeah.
so I mean, you know what I mean? It's like kind of
That
meeting in
comes
the
that
middle
comes
on
with
that.
maturity though, bro. I mean, that comes with maturity and being in the game and knowing what you're doing. The whole doxing people thing. I'm not.
Yeah. Well, and then again though, it's like I could read your comment and be like, oh, like somebody's in the chat is saying it could be this person, right?
Right.
And I could just report that. And then somebody else in the chat could be like, oh, this guy, I know where he lives. And then all of a sudden they're doxing
Yep.
people in your live
In your
chat,
live chat. Yes. Oh, yes.
even though you're not even saying anything.
Right. Because your chat is doing it on its own. Correct. Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
so what we did before, just real quick, I think can assign moderators to your chat,
you
right?
can. Yeah. Yes.
So
So
maybe something to note for the future, especially in situations like this. Maybe in the protest coverage is definitely different than this, but
right.
we're trying to be serious here. It is a serious investigation, and
Yeah.
that's when the facts and evidence really count. So,
So regarding that, and I want to wrap up because I have another guest coming on, who
oh
um,
sure.
but real quick, you said the connection with Minneapolis and Arizona and Tucson. What's that about, or what are you finding the connection? How is it connecting, or why do you think it's leading toward that?
Oh, I don't just think that. I don't just think that. I was at the board of supervisors meeting myself, and I did a short live stream They are passing the same measures that Mayor Jacob Fry passed with the, endorsement of Governor Waltz, where they are um, putting measures in place against ICE and CBP, Border Patrol. Insofar as, so it was is the wording again. So civil enforcement and customs, uh, it's slipping from me, but so there's civil and then there's criminal, right?
Right.
Criminal means the worst of the worst, but civil means, just being here illegally, more or less.
So
So it's
okay.
saying it's
Okay.
saying so it doesn't include the FBI, HSI, but what it does include is that if somebody gets arrested or whatever, ICE or Border Patrol will need a warrant to even interview or acquire somebody who's in jail in the county through the police.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
On top of, so they weren't really arresting many people. I mean, they were in Minneapolis, and then they
Right.
just let them go the next day or
Yep.
give them a slap on the wrist. And then in Minneapolis, they are not letting ICE or Border Patrol use their resources, such
Right.
as parking lots, such as even bathrooms, and then even staff, like old ladies, wherever working the desk at the police department,
Right.
they could get reprimanded or maybe even fined for interacting with federal agents.
Yeah.
So this is just a policy. I mean, not to get too in the weeds with it, to kind of in layman's terms for the audience, it means like federal law supersedes state law. So
Right.
if stuff
Right.
really goes down, that's not even going to matter. But it's on the face of it, the show of it is like, man, like, yeah, we're sticking it to the Nazis, like,
Yeah. That's their
or
thing.
or whatever. So not only that, but in Tucson, they're passing the same thing,
Okay.
Can't use resources, and also the demasking thing. They're putting a policy that
That
they
the
can't
agents
wear
can't wear their mask, of course.
they can't wear masks, and they need to stop like killing people in cold blood and just picking up random people on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
So that's why they're trying to say you need a warrant for anything and everything here. And one more specific detail is that, which I found regarding ICE, is that so the Trump administration instituted the voluntary deportations, right? So if you go back to where you came from, they'll give you money to leave, and then you can come back the legal way
Uh-huh.
and probably not get charged. But these new measures say that uh, even if there is voluntary detainment, if you turn yourself in, um, the Pima County Sheriff's Department, or I guess all of Tucson, no matter who it is, if you have an illegal immigrant turn themselves in with these resolutions that got passed, they withhold the right to not let ICE or Border Patrol uh, in without a warrant.
Okay.
Okay, and you need confidence from the judge to even get the warrant. And so that, and then also if you turn yourself in, because I forget exactly, but it was like they withhold the right to not even honor the detainment. So it's like you could turn yourself in and the police would say, no, like you're not allowed to arrest yourself here. Like you have to leave.
Oh man. Like
Like,
serious?
yeah, if you have like some guy from whatever Latin American country is like, you know what, like I'm gonna take this $2,500 and get the flight home and then do this the right way. He could go to the police station, turn himself in, and they could say, no, we're not going to honor that.
Oh man. Okay. Okay.
So that's the other thing. But this is what we saw. This is what we see already in place
In
in
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis.
Right.
That bridges the gap, and
Yep.
that brings us towards the springtime too. March
Oh
28th is the
man. Next
next No Kings protest, and this
and
is definitely going to heat up once the weather comes heating
yeah.
up.
Yes. And the next No Kings protest, which is like Kevin just said, Kevin just said, scheduled for March 28th, is going to be big. They're making this one big.
Nationwide.
Yeah, it's nationwide again. I think right now there's already 1,000 cities that are signed up to do it across the United States. So that if 1,000 cities are signed up to do it across the United States, that supersedes the major big cities. You know what I mean? Because there's not 1,000 major big cities in the United States. That means we're going into smaller cities and it possibly even rural areas of the No Kings protest. 1,000 cities are signed up to do it at this point.
Yeah, but don't worry, preacher. Jerry Nadler reassures us that Antifa is a myth.
It is.
Does-
That's true. That's true.
Doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist. Yeah. Doesn't exist. Well, look who's joining us. So
Hi, you guys. Hi,
what-
Kev. How are you?
Oh wow. Hey. Hey,
Yes.
Haley.
Sorry, I think I have
Nice
a
to see
raindrop
you.
on my phone. Good to
It's
see
all right.
you.
So
How's it over there in Arizona?
It's it's great. I mean, it's sunny, prickly with cactuses everywhere, but we're getting through it.
Good, good. Yeah, it looks crazy. I'm definitely been following the case as closely as I can, but it's such an odd one.
That's the thing. That's why I stay here because it's a classic who done it. It's a
Yes.
I would say, the books write about like murder mysteries, but it's, we can't say if it's a murder or not, but it's the same thing. It's like I guess human nature, like people are very curious about, and especially in the 21st century, like how do people just, high profile people just disappear? And
I
then
agree. Yeah. It doesn't seem like that should be even a possibility. When you know they can track every move your devices make, your IP address, like there's the ring cameras that are everybody has in their homes. Like, how is that even a possibility? That's what makes it so strange.
Yeah, part of it is uh there's what do you call it? They're power tripping. There's ego battles here between Sheriff Nanos of the Pima County
Yeah.
here and the FBI. So I mean this guy's been on the force for like 4 decades, so he's trying to build a legacy, right? And I kind of get it. Like you've been there forever, you want a statue made of you or a plaque on the wall at the end of your career. But
Yeah.
at the same time, it's like I mean, this is obviously the biggest story of his career. But at the same time, like, bro, if you don't have the technology and they need this lady, like, you got to get the FBI in there, and that's what they had to do to even get this first video from the doorbell. They
Yeah.
couldn't figure it out, so the FBI had to get in there. And then now with the new technology, he's saying it again because there's camera footage from the backyard or the side or something, and he's saying, "Oh yeah, well we can't access that, so it's all up to Google now."
Yeah.
He
right.
said that like yesterday or
Yeah.
today maybe, I forget.
Which subpoenaing like any records from large corporations like that is nearly impossible or takes forever. So
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
And I got some footage yesterday too of the neighbor's house. So there were agents on a ladder
Hmm.
doing the same thing there. I don't know if he was doing swabbing. So it was like a tripod one where the camera's in the middle and then two floodlights going like that. And he was like on a ladder, like swabbing it. Either that, because he had his cell phone in his hand, or he was like trying to get into it with the app. Because that was a ring one. That
Right.
was a ring.
Um,
That was a ring camera. So I was thinking maybe if he's a FBI, maybe he's like using the ring app to access the camera and get the playback.
yeah.
So that was just yesterday at the neighbor's house. But again, they don't talk to the
He might
media.
even be like
Right. Right.
commandeering that
No,
thing
no.
Yeah,
because he's used.
yeah, that's them right there. So I mean, he was on that ladder for like 20 minutes.
Kind
Um,
of
Mm,
yeah.
that was wild. And so yeah, and then the last update, it was probably from a post or two above or below that was two guys went into Nancy's house with a I believe an evidence briefcase, and they were in there for a little bit. Apparently they were like locksmiths or something, And then I also got on camera the guy coming out of the house, and he talks to the sheriff's truck and says, "They got it." He says,
Right.
"That's all I picked up on the camera." He obviously spoke more with the officer, but more of in a hushed voice.
Yeah.
So,
You was kind of looking like a creeper in the
Yeah,
sticks
the
there.
cactus.
In the
oh
cactus.
no, yeah,
Oh man.
no,
Yep.
Preacher, if you could, if I'm telling you, man, if I turn that camera left and right, there was like 60 cars and all kinds of media
I've seen it.
right
Yes.
right
You're up
beside me.
close. Yeah.
But yeah,
You gotta
so
get your
this,
ankles.
Yeah. Well, hey,
sure.
you know what, Kevin, I appreciate you coming on here like while you're sleeping. You know, you was getting your rest. You know, I know you're ahead of time. I'm gonna get on with Haley with our next
Sure.
little segment. I appreciate you. I'm gonna bring you back on though, man. I am gonna bring you back on if you don't
No,
mind.
this is dope. I like it. I like it. Yeah.
Appreciate that. Appreciate it.
I've been on a couple, well, we were all together on that Spaces like a couple weeks ago, but this
Yep.
is way better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
This is super cool setup, Quincy.
Thank
Well,
you.
yeah, so thanks for having me. Great to see you. Great
Hey,
to see Haley.
Good
hey,
to see you, Kev.
Yeah.
really quick, where can people follow you at? Obviously on X, but go ahead and say your stuff, please.
Sure. Yeah, I'm at Kevin Pasovic. That's my real name at Instagram and on X. I do Substack now a little bit, so trying to get up on the writing too. But yeah, Real America's Voice field correspondent and also with Human Events Daily.
Sweet,
Oh.
man. Sweet. So
All
y'all
right,
go
y'all.
follow him, please. Go follow him. Go follow Kevin. Give him a big like. All that good stuff, please. Appreciate it.
Good to see you.
So Miss Haley West joins us. Portland's own finest.
Indeed. We are here on the ground at the Columbia County Sheriff's Office. You know, I had to come just take a peek. It's actually really, really dead. You know, the snow is coming in this evening. So the jail itself is, or the front here is itself is closed. You can ring the button. But most likely the update that we've gotten is that Travis will be possibly getting out late tonight or early tomorrow. So that's kind of where we're at right now.
So fill people in on the Travis thing, because I know you and Geyer have really been involved chasing after this, getting the facts, getting the truth out there, collecting the information. So please share with people a little bit about Travis, kind of like where it started from and where we're at, if you don't mind.
Absolutely. Yeah. And Geyer has for sure, he's been on the case. So shout out to him. He's been doing the nitty gritty when it gets into the details. But yeah, right there is, one of the main photos that he posted on both on Facebook and on his X account, where I believe, was almost a smoking gun, because the more that you take a look into that photo, there's a lot of things that stick out. But with the whole Travis Jurr situation, basically he was I guess you could call him a protester. He really wasn't part of that main protest group at the ICE facility in the South Waterfront of Portland. But he was a regular that we would see. And when we did interact with him, there was quite a lot of animosity. There's just a kind of uneasiness with Travis. He had a lot of personality switches. Some might say he had maybe what seemed like bipolar. He'd be really, really almost manic, and then he'd also have some calm days. But the things that came out of his mouth and the things that he did, I think, are what landed him behind bars. A lot of it had to do with just making threats at some of the people that were journalists or streamers down at the Portland ICE facility, just nasty things. But the two that I think really got him were, there was a 14-year-old boy down there that he had allegedly sent, messages to, death threats, all kinds of things that were just incredibly, what grown man would ever say that to a child? But he also made threats to not only ICE agents, but Donald Trump, the president. He said he was going to, kill him and if he could, watch him die or participate, just all kinds of things like that, where, when you start crossing the line of threatening the president of the United States, I mean, you're not going to get away with that. So,
Right. That's very true.
yep. This was an infamous night for sure.
Yes. And to me, when you mention his bipolar and him being manic and stuff like that,
Yeah.
I've got the impression before from being around Travis down at the
Mhm.
ICE facility that it seems like he knows what he's doing when he does certain things. Like
Mhm.
it feels like he has a sense of control over it. Does that make sense? I mean, do you get that
100%.
impression?
100%. I absolutely agree with you. The thing that differentiated, I think, Travis from others is he didn't really participate in like being at the front lines or trying to get involved with the chaos of the protest. But Travis, I mean, he's a smart guy to a point. I'm gonna give him, I guess, his flowers where he. We called him but a lot of the group in Portland called him Stolen Valor because initially he claimed to be a veteran, and then we did more research, and he was in the Coast Guard, and so he has this long past of all kinds of things that are now being dug up, and more information is coming out that maybe all of it wasn't true, but some of it was. But the thing that's most terrifying is that Travis has a background in IT and tech and cybersecurity. And so that, I think, is where, now that the FBI they arrested him at his home. They initially took him to Multnomah County Jail in downtown Portland, and they confiscated his devices and have been, over the last week or so, have been looking through all the things on there. Now, obviously, people thought that he would remain in custody. So the fact that he's being released at all, there's different stipulations, but it is surprising, especially with a federal hearing like this. He's been held by the U.S. Marshals. And so a release, I think, came as a surprise to a lot of us.
Right. Now, speaking of the IT thing, I don't know that much about it or what's been released, what hasn't been released, and still what's being investigated, because obviously, the whole trial and stuff needs to still happen and come up.
Right.
But regarding the IT stuff, is there any information that's been publicly put out there that you can release in regards to what either he has done or was planning to do or anything like that?
There's not a lot I can say, as most of it's been more speculation on our end. There are allegations that maybe there's a manifesto. There's a lot of names in it. And so none of that's been released. And until it is by the FBI, I don't think that we should make speculations. But as far
Right.
as his what we do know is that he wasn't working alone, that he had been working, almost teaching a group of people, maybe a mixture of IT and tech slash maybe putting a little bit of his, if he's a communist or whatever his ideology is, kind of mixing the two. And I think that can be a dangerous mix depending on what he was telling them, or any kind of group where you mix politics and maybe a desire to hurt a certain group of people. I don't necessarily think that is always safe. And so that's what the FBI is investigating right now. And I think, more will come to light as they release more of the information and if this goes to trial.
And when do we know if it goes to trial? When will we know that?
Yeah. So his next hearing will be on March 13th. So what is that, 2 or 3 weeks away? And so according to the information we have now, is that he is going to be on house arrest. He'll have an ankle monitor. He will be very limited or not be allowed to use any electronic devices unless, he's gotten the okay to use them. And then, he also is not allowed to own, possess, or use a firearm in the span of this time. So I think it's more of a waiting period. I will say he did get a mental health evaluation, and the judge ruled him fit to proceed with this trial. So that was another question mark where people were wondering. But from the reports that I got at the hearing, I think it was either yesterday or the day before. I believe it was yesterday, but people were saying that, he maybe the fact of sitting in jail, being behind bars, kind of coming to terms with the reality of his situation, maybe, he's going to kind of lay low and just abide by what they're saying. This is no joke. This is a federal case. So,
Right.
that's all of our hope for Travis in this time.
So when the judge says that he's fit to continue with this trial or fit to proceed,
Yes.
are they saying that basically his mental state is okay? Is that what you're gathering from that?
Yeah, I mean, we don't have anything aside from that, but that's what I would assume, right? And so I don't know. I think that's a good question of like, what are the qualifications or what do you have to do? And I think it's a very intensive, evaluation. I don't think it's just a 20-minute questionnaire. I think they probably really lay into you, and these are trained professionals. So yeah, I don't know how they came to terms on that, but yeah, I guess the judges, just determined, yeah, you're fit mentally, and I guess he probably has some issues or maybe PTSD or, I'm not going to assume what he has, but
Right.
it's nothing to prohibit him from continuing on.
Right. He just has limitations once he gets released
Yes,
tonight. He has limitations on what he can do. Now,
exactly.
him getting released tonight, do we know if he has family or people picking him up, or what's that whole situation like? Or is he by himself? Or, I mean,
Yeah.
do we know
Yeah.
anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, we know he has a brother and either a wife or ex-wife. I'm not too sure at the status on that. That's why I'm kind of hanging out and seeing if, he'll be released here in the near future. But I mean, like I said, it's pretty dead around here. It could be late into the evening or early morning hours. And I'd assume, I mean, this is far out. This is about 40 minutes from Portland itself, kind of out in the middle of nowhere. And so my assumption will be somebody will come pick him up. But yeah, we don't know where he's living or who he's staying with. I know he has pets. But yeah, I mean, that's to go from solitary confinement to being basically stuck in your house. I don't know. I feel like that would
Yeah.
make anyone crazy, but obviously being home and the comfort of your own home is way better than sitting in solitary confinement. So
Correct.
he got lucky, I think, in that sense. I'm very surprised.
Right. Right. Well, especially like you said, because the main thing is more than likely him making threats to the president of the United States, and they took it
Right.
serious. So
Yeah.
yeah, he is pretty lucky to do that. Now, where is he at right now, or where are you at?
So we're here at the Columbia County Sheriff's Office. There's a jail in here as well, and it's kind of over by St. Helens. So I guess that would be
Yeah.
west of Portland, northwest of
Okay.
Portland, and yeah, it's out. I mean, from what I've heard, they hold domestic terrorists or anyone deemed kind of more high risk is held here. So I don't know if you saw that report of the young man, the 18-year-old. I think it was actually over here in St. Helens that they arrested due to he had like a manifesto and was going to shoot ICE agents, or he intended to shoot ICE agents. He's also being held here.
Okay. Right. And now,
Yeah.
from my understanding, what about signal chats? Is it the same sort of thing like with Minneapolis that you and I and Kevin experienced? Was he involved in that?
So with the signal chats we dealt with and that Cam exposed, those were super intricate community wide. I think he had a similar idea from some of the ones that Geyer's actually been hot on that, doing a ton of research and really getting into the nitty gritty of that. Here's some of them right now, but it seemed from what we can determine is that he was in these groups. He was kind of almost picking people up, whether it was at his job or maybe out and about. I don't know if some of them could have possibly been protesters, but there are a lot of signs that he was trying to, I don't know if mold people or train people to kind of have the same mindset as him. Here's the thing, we don't know. Yes, he made threats towards Donald Trump. Yes, he made threats towards several people. He said all kinds of things. He wanted to shoot people, kill people, participate in all of that. But
Right.
the thing that I think we're more concerned about is that maybe he was involved in maybe something deeper. And so, yeah, these signal chats were very interesting to say the least of what was he intending to do once he kind of trained these people up. But again, it's all alleged. We're trying to piece it all
Right.
together. He could have just been a solo guy who maybe had some mental health issues and just popped off from time to time. We don't really know, but it seems like this story, there's a lot more than the surface level we've seen so far.
Right, and see, like you said, there's a lot of stuff that we don't know. It could be mental issues, and it could be him just possibly being stupid and trying to
Yep,
have fun with something that is very serious. It could be that as well, right? So we don't know.
absolutely. Right.
Um,
Yeah.
so one of the things he did wear, I don't want to keep you long either because you're out there freezing. I know you are.
You're good. Staying warm.
Staying warm, but at the same time, you came from Minneapolis, so that you probably
This is
warm
nothing.
there you
Minus
go.
23 to this. Come on now. We toughed it out.
Toughed it out. So real quick though about his jacket, because his jacket always had so many patches on, and this is going back to him saying he was in the military and did this and this and that, and you know we heard it all. So what about all the patches that he's had and things that he gives out allegedly to people?
Yeah, so there's a lot of rumors, and again, I encourage you guys to follow Brandon Geyer. He's doing great work, kind of tracking all of this down. But yeah, basically, uh, there's so many rumors, right?
See,
So
that's the thing. Yeah, is
there's
rumors.
so many rumors, and so with Travis, people said, "Oh, he bought it off Amazon." Da da da. We don't really know, but there is a specific patch that we're getting more information about that he's handed out to very specific people. Some of those people you guys know well if you've been watching kind of the saga of the Portland Ice facility. This is a patch when you're watching live streams. Make sure to keep an eye out for because some of the main role players out there are wearing this patch, and they were hand gifted allegedly by Travis Jur. We don't necessarily know exactly what it represents or why, but from some of the information that we're getting, it seems like, again, part of that group that he was kind of working with or training. We don't know what his plans were. We don't have all of the facts yet, but this was one of the patches that he's kind of gifted to certain people that might not just be like, and we know this is Leilani, also goes by, or we call Mace Face. She wears this patch as well. So again, sometimes when we watch these live streams, it seems silly, it seems dumb, it seems, like, oh, everybody's just kind of hanging out at this point because we haven't seen as much violence. But like we've seen, in Quincy, you've been in it long before I was, but the difference between, a real scary situation and then these situations down at Portland. But there is more going on in Portland than I think our eyes see out at the ice facility. It may just be that they're more behind the scenes, or maybe their goal is to deal more with the bigger picture of ice and that situation than the front lines of toads and inflatables at a facility.
Right. So that patch there, I was looking at it and I'm familiar with it, to be honest with you. And I believe that is a Portland patch.
Yes.
So it's just a Portland, Oregon patch. Now I don't know what it actually means to Travis, or if it does mean anything, or if it doesn't. I don't know that. But that patch is actually the Portland flag, I should say, not patch, but it's a Portland flag. Kind of like I think cities have their own flags, right? So that's just the Portland flag within itself.
Right.
And again, I don't know what that meant to him. I don't know why passing that out. I have no clue, and possibly in time people will know, but at this time we don't know. But yeah, that's what that patch is. It's basically a replica of the Portland flag.
Right.
So.
Yeah. So again, there's just so much information, and thanks to everybody, probably in this chat and just all over social media. You've seen all these interactions, been worried at points for certain people, and so thank you all for your hard work and trying to send information, for making complaints, and everybody really working on this, because whether Travis is unstable or hurt. I mean, I've talked to him several times in person, I think he has a lot going on. But there are very bad people that are down there and that are, in the city, and they don't really face repercussions. And to see, the federal government finally coming in, clashing with the state government, because we know how Portland works, we know how it operates, and to see at least some kind of movement and motion for the protection of citizens is good to see. It's rare to see, but of course we're gonna have to kind of wait to see how this all plays out.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
And like you said, Geyer Digital, you guys make sure you guys follow him.
Yeah.
He's doing a lot of updates, a lot of research, and at the same time, he can't probably release everything either because that's where you get into the rumors, like Haley just said. You
Yeah.
gotta be careful of that. Just gotta stick to the facts and whatever law enforcement is releasing. Because
Absolutely.
other than that, it gets rumors, it gets ugly, and Haley, myself, Geyer Digital, whoever does this stuff at a higher level, we want to make sure we put stuff out that's correct and not just a bunch of rumors, so that it ends up coming back on us.
100%. Yep. I agree.
You're doing a good job, Haley. Of course, I always say that. You report really well, so I'm
Thank
proud
you.
of you. You're doing good. You gotta stay warm. Hopefully, you have
Yep,
a
it's
car
cold
door.
out here. Thank you, Quincy. I appreciate you having me on. And yeah, guys, make sure to just stay up with this case. Like I said, March 13th will be the next hearing. So I'll keep you guys updated on how this all proceeds.
And where can people follow you? Are you only on X, or are you expanding your horizons?
I'm on X, YouTube, and Instagram mainly, but it's at Haley West with 2 Y's, HAILEYY West. So make sure you guys can follow me there. I'm most commonly on X, so I try to post my live updates there.
All right. We'll have people there. It goes. Look at that.
There it is.
There it is right there. Haley West. So you guys go follow her, please. She's an awesome reporter. She's good at what she does. Follow her, please.
All right, Quincy. Thank you so much, and have a great rest of your night.
You're welcome. You too.
Thanks.
Awesome, you guys. Awesome. Yeah. So that whole thing with Travis it's been interesting. It's been interesting to watch this because the fact is, here's the thing. Like, when I first started going down there in October, I saw Travis. I saw how he acted, and a lot of people were there, every night of the week. I wasn't there every night of the week, but I started seeing Travis and him interacting with people. He didn't interact that much with me. I think we had a couple interactions, and I never really see him get mad, but I did see him react to people, and if you want to say troll people, insult people, but he just kept it at this like monotone level, and he'd laugh at them. But like, the insults and things he said were very like crude, very crude. And so I did pay attention to that. And then it increased, it increased him. A lot of people were saying that he was inboxing them, messaging them on the side, saying things to them on the side, getting a hold of people and stuff like that, which is it's in the reports, and like Haley mentioned, a 13-year-old as well. So it's been interesting to see the progression, the progressiveness with the whole case with Travis. God Rides a Harley, thank you for the $5 super chat. So sorry I'm late, Quincy. Can we get a recap, please? This is highly interesting. I suggest, honestly, thank you for the super chat, but I would suggest going back to that part of the segment probably about 15 minutes ago, because Haley has a real she knows a lot about it, and so does Geyer Digital. Go follow Geyer Digital on X. He has a lot of stuff. I don't have all the knowledge on this case as much as they do. I mean, I could stumble over it. Basically, the guy, federal marshals picked him up because of threats that he did to President Trump. I mean, that's really what it is. That's how he got picked up and how he got put in custody, because of threats that he was making to President Trump. But there's also a history behind it as well. So yes, and yes, only a Mr. Bill says Geyer is on YouTube as well. So that is very true. So, but most of the stuff, to be honest, is posted on X. Most of the things is posted on X that Geyer does at this point. Right there, Geyer Digital. Let's make it a little bit more clearer, please, so that people can see it. Because see, like, there's some people who are older than me. There we go. Geyer Digital. Go follow him, you guys. Geyer Digital. That's his YouTube. That's his YouTube channel. And then his X is the same thing, Geyer Digital. So good stuff. Good stuff. Again, thank you, God Rides a Harley, for that super chat. Super chat. Super chat. Mods care to post the link. Yep. Yeah, for him to do that, for him to threaten Trump. Yeah, obviously people say, you go online and you see people, say things about Trump. You see people say things about Biden in the past. But when obviously it becomes serious if they're going to arrest you. So marshals, right? It's a serious thing when the feds come in and arrest you, and they're saying, well, we've been tracking you. We've been following you. You have threats. You've made threats. So it's pretty serious at that point. BCP, the sad part is, yeah, they'll pick him up because he threatens Trump, but nobody does anything about the other threats towards Tommy or the young women or Rebel or anybody else. I agree with that. And I don't know if that would be a city thing or if that would still be something that'd be federal. I think that'd be more of a city thing than a federal thing. I think the reason why they picked him up, like you're saying, is because it was a threat against Trump, which is a federal thing. Threats against Tommy or anybody else is more of a civil city thing, in my opinion. I don't know if that's the truth, but it seems more like that's what would be Tommy or Rebel or whoever you're referring to or mentioning. They'd probably have to make their own report to city officials, the police, and then go from there. Hopefully the police, Portland police, or whoever would send out an investigation onto the guy. But yeah, that seems to happen, a lot. That it's not a big deal. It's kind of, to be honest with you, it kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier about the case with Nancy. Why is it such a big deal that we're sitting here watching this story with Nancy? And now I'm not saying that in a disrespectful way, but if it was you or I and a family member of ours, would it be getting the national press? Probably not. It wouldn't be a federal national thing, So you have a federal thing, you have this national thing with these two things. One has to do with Trump, the other one has to do more than likely because Nancy is related to the lady on what is it, Today Show, Savannah. So there you go. If it was a regular person and our family member is kidnapped, it wouldn't be a big national thing. And again, that's also, let me be fair, that's also depending, right? That's also depending because there has been cases that are national news that are just, if you want to say regular people like you and I. There has been, for instance, I know JLR, he's covered the Moscow, the Moscow, Idaho thing with the college students. He's been covering that as well, which people are still waiting for that trial to happen. And there's a lot of stuff with that whole thing. That's about an hour and a half for me. But yeah, so there's things that make it into national, on the national scene. There are things that make it into that. Thank you. I just wanted to get the info to Tommy somehow. God rides a Harley. Okay. Yeah. And you know what? God rides a Harley. I'm kind of in agreement with you on this one. But that's my opinion. That's my opinion. I'm kind of there. I think 70 miles south of Tucson is the border. So yes. Is there anything? Let me check. I want to check really quick. If not, I'm going to probably get off. Trying to see if there's anything going on anywhere downtown. Anything else? Trump released that possibly attack on Iran this coming weekend, very soon. So possibly an attack on Iran is coming this weekend, according to Trump. Could be as soon. I'll say that. Could be as soon as this weekend. That's one thing that Trump did say today, put out. So, Dearborn has a new billboard. Really, the Jews put it up. That's a LOL. What is this billboard that Dearborn, Michigan put up? I have not seen it. I have not seen the billboard that's in Dearborn. My man IRT Media is in the building, in the house. There it is. There's the billboard. What? Look at that. Look at that. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? If you think turbulence is scary, try wearing a Jewish star. Wow. Wow. Dearborn, Michigan. Yes, it's Joe, it's funny that you say that because it's actually in kilometers once you hit I-19. LOL. Yes. So I was looking at that earlier and I was, trying to find the distance. And once I put in the city that's down that way at the border, and I put the city and I put Mexico, it flipped me into kilometers. I'm like, well, wait. And then I zoomed in. I was like, oh, the same city's in the United States. And I typed that one in and it said 70 miles. So that funny how that worked. And I want to talk to you, Joe. I got to talk to you about this weekend if you know something and the possibility of some things. Well, there is a strong possibility. So I'll text you when I'm off of here to ask you a couple of things about this weekend because I know you'll know, maybe, possibly. So, is there anything? I don't know. I haven't seen nothing. Is only Mr. Bill on? No, only Mr. Bill is not on because he's in my chat, so he's not on right now. Who else is on? Is there anything? Let's see. Is there anything downtown? Tommy, is he on? I don't think so. I don't think Tommy is on. Only Mr. Bill is not on, which is surprising. Nope, he's not on. Oh, there's Dustin, though. Did you guys see that there's a new Dustin? A Dustin 2026 that's was out earlier in front of City Hall. Did you guys see that? Oh, because only Mr. Bill knows who Dustin is. This is Leavenworth. Is that Leavenworth? That actually looks like it's Leavenworth. I think it is. I really do. There's no snow. If that is Leavenworth, there's no snow there. That is unbelievable. That is unbelievable if that is Leavenworth. That is. It has to be. They still got the Christmas lights up. It's February though. Why are they still got the lights up? And there's no snow. And Leavenworth is up in the mountains. And there's no snow. God rides a Harley says, new Dustin, no way. Oh, Yahweh. Yeah. Yahweh. Yes, way. There was not as aggressive, not like Dustin was, but yeah. Yeah. Early Christmas setup. So, yep, I don't think there's anything going on tonight, any place. Got the update from Nancy, spoke to Haley about Travis, showed you some other things that were earlier in the show about a shopping center, told you updates about the shooter from Rhode Island. So I think that's pretty much of a wrap for me, you guys, to be honest with you. Oh, well, there is something. Who is this before I get in trouble from the streamer? Who is this?
Yeah, you can't.
Who's streaming this one?
Night forever. You know.
Yeah, let's not. I don't even want to play with him. Don't even want to play with him. It's all right. Y'all can go watch. So, yeah, let's just wrap it for the night. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. If there's anything tomorrow, any press conferences or anything like that, White House briefing, I'll do my best to jump in. I need to get a better time frame of when the White House briefings are, because I'd like to bring those to you guys live as well, and then kind of recap or talk about them. So I'll be paying attention to that stuff tomorrow. Again, trying to get somewhere this weekend. So if you guys would like to help out, I count on you guys. It's the only way I can do things, to be honest with you guys, is through your guys' help. But this weekend, trying to get somewhere in Cali, trying to get to. There's some stuff going on. So if you'd like to help out, I got the links pinned on YouTube and Facebook. PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, Zelle, Buy Me a Coffee, Give Some Go. Everything is the BC Preacher. You can always super chat or do super thanks after this is over with and you're going back and watching replay. You can do super thanks. There's been people who've done that before as well. But anything and everything goes toward getting places to report, to bring you guys news. I've been doing this obviously for a while. I keep growing in it, keep learning in it. So I appreciate you guys' support and everything like that. So with that said, I'm going to end it. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share. Thank you for joining. Y'all have a blessed night. Make sure y'all pray before y'all go to bed, because you never know. You never know. So love y'all. God bless you. Talk to you later.